What's up, Rob? Market's gonna open it a little bit here. So we're at a pretty good close yesterday. We kind of had a looks like a head and shoulders type of weird pattern intraday here. Can't do much. Aftermarket did gap up. There was actually some bullish news out of CNBC for them. Some analysts said they look pretty good. Stitch Fix up 8% this morning. Looks like a little more. It's like Stitch Fix is gonna have a good day. It's like an upgrade on Stitch Fix. That's the only major mover. We don't have Stitch Fix on our actionable list. But Snap's up 4% at the top of our channel today. Buy everything or sell everything? Yeah, kind of. I don't know. Things look pretty good. The market's not breaking down, so there's no reason to get weird. Cisco looking better by the day. Illumina down 15%. They guided lower, so that stock's basically dead. Look at that. Look at that open. Wow. Low volume breakout and then a big gap down. Luckily, I never participated in that one. So in terms of it I guess it could bounce back. It's a pretty good bounce back, but I gotta let it go right now. IIPR also down 9% this morning. Not quite sure why this one. Sell 1.25 million shares. So they're doing a secondary. I'm not sure how many their float is right now, but Beyond Meat yesterday closed really well. I mean, I almost bought this thing in the mid-afternoon yesterday. Kind of regretted it yesterday not buying it. I guess it's coming down a little bit this AM. MJ not looking healthy. Overstock yesterday did okay. Over the 200-day, lots of volume here on the weekly. And what are you in, Rob? Carvana with a pretty decent drop yesterday. Getting around mid-range of this ascending triangle. Not a horrible place. I guess it could get a little bit lower. Pays still sitting right at highs. Thing hasn't sold off yet. Funko, Cisco. Disney also sold off yesterday afternoon. Some volume came in. Disney not looking bad at all. Amazon this morning. A nice little pullback day yesterday. Oh, you still have KG. Amazon with a small pullback yesterday. Looks like it's already bounced up about almost halfway through that range. Not super mad at Amazon at all. Actually, rather like Amazon. Another one that came to light yesterday, as I watched that CNBC, was OKE. Fundamentals aren't very great on OKE, but technically it's pretty good. It's about to break out of a 5-year consolidation. Pretty volatile during those 5 years, though. Looks like Square's up 1% this morning. Square with a good day yesterday. Say what's up, Eli? Will the real Randy please stand up? So yeah, they had a pop yesterday on that CNBC video. Guy mentioned, they actually mentioned my trend line here, and then expects it to continue going because this whole space is a new highs and Square is kind of lagging, so he's looking for it to bounce up. And the stock rallied after hours on that little news article, news segment. So far holding them a little bit of whipsaw already, but we'll see if it can stay up here. You get these big opening ranges like this, and anything can happen. Yeah, right. Carvana's up here. I was trying to click on Carvana, but it ain't having it. There we go. Sherwin-Williams breaking out of this little consolidation right there. I tried looking at that one for a trade. If I remember right, didn't do anything. So Sherwin-Williams in a really good spot right here, actually. How deep is that? 26%. So there's your cup. This technically here could be your handle. And then this would be your breakout day. And now you have a bounce off the 50-day moving average. So this is looking pretty good. Unfortunately, earnings are coming up on 7/23. So hard to, I guess, was that 2 weeks, week and a half? Yeah, a little under a week and a half on Sherwin-Williams. I mean, could run beforehand. That's only 2% higher for this kind of high dollar stock. It looks like that actually would be a first stage base technically for Sherwin-Williams with that undercut. What I'm referring to is this low, and this low undercuts it. The reason it's not a double bottom is this high is above this high. Well above it too. But this is a nice consolidation. Sherwin-Williams could be ready for another leg up. I like the volume down here in Overstock though. NASDAQ, looked at this one the other day. I think it's up like 60%. Isn't enough for a high tight flag, but it's still pretty good. So 3 distribution days in the NASDAQ, 2 on the S&P. So we're still pretty light for distribution days on the indexes, which is great. They say Goldman Sachs had a breakout. Yeah, that's pretty good volume. Earnings are 7/16. So was that Monday, Tuesday? What's up, Nick? Tuesday. Tuesday earnings for Goldman, so not a whole lot to do here. Financial. That's also pretty nice. And then EPD. Oh, that's nice. What is that? Enterprise Products Pipeline Play. Look at that with a pretty hard trend line there at about the $30 level. Two days of pretty high volume in a row. 85 composite rating, 73 relative strength, which is pretty weak. Usually big winners have over 80 to 85. Engage in naturally 3% last 3 quarters average EPS change. Negative 8% sales change. That's weird. Oh, gas prices are bouncing. This is a nice setup, though. Talking 33% up here to recent highs, which, I mean, recently, it's hard to say it's going to get all the way back up there. That's pretty far, but seems to be a slower mover, too. This run here took like 7, 8 months, 9 months. It's only 30%. Square leading the board today, 1.84. Never do buy enough, do you? Never buy enough for your big winners, and you're always a little too heavy in your big losers. I like this Sherwin-Williams play right here. This is actually not bad. I'm not really mad at this. Who'd have thought paint would be so friggin' profitable? Look at that, man. It was all the way back down to the bubble years. You're looking at $20. Now it's at $470. Go paint. Their paint is outrageously priced at their retail level. It's really a lot. Wow, just that move right there in Sherwin-Williams just basically killed any margin I had in my option play. All right, thank you for that. I like this little base setup in sand, also being supported here by the 50-day. My cat's lonely. It's whining like crazy. Sand looks pretty good. Oh, it's leading our board right now. INSG Fox. IIPR down 9% now. Could be a double top, even though it exceeded it a little bit right there. Could be a double top scenario for IIPR. Beyond Meat yesterday had a really good close. Looks like it's caving today on more volume than we had yesterday. So had a nice follow through yesterday, but I'm not action this morning. Not so encouraging. Market's 0.3%, pretty good. Tilray just caving. Stay away from the MJ sector. It's just not doing it. ABMD yesterday was looking good. Today caving. So yeah, definitely some choppy stuff. MJ itself caving. That was Pays. Pays only down 1%. It's not bad. Match.com pulling in. From trying to break out. You got Netflix here failing at a high. Failing right there at a prior high. We'll see where we get to. 50 days down here. I think if this thing gets down to the 50 day, that could be a nice bounce play for Netflix. Oops, going the wrong way. My sell on Twilio the other day was well timed. Not bad. Team, Anik. ServiceNow, just solid. Rock solid. Kiwi. Take two. So here's that Oki, OKE. I forget exactly what they do. Like an oil play or gas play or something. Let me look them up. But the weekly chart on this thing is pretty flat here at 72. '78 composite rating, engage in natural gas and NGLS. 27% EPS change last quarter. Plenty of red bars here. 3-year sales growth rate is 21. Last quarter was negative 10% sales growth rate. Excuse me. 23 billion market cap for OKE. There you go. No quarters of increasing fund ownership. Negative 12% change in funds owning stock. So, yeah, you can see not a lot of volume as it kind of tries to break out here on the daily past couple of days, but no volume's been above average. Roku appears to be holding nice and tight. And INSG looking really good. Looking really good in this consolidation. Had that really big pocket pivot. 628. That was a while ago, a couple weeks ago. And little bull flag breakout yesterday. So far, so good. Some distribution, not a tremendous amount. INSG, SkyS 500 router to be named product of the year. That's probably good. The cat. He actually told me his TA through the door. It's meow, 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 meow. So do with it what you will. Wow, Square. Look at that. Big rally past 4 days. That's very nice. %2 today. Not much stalling. Just kind of moved out of this little flat basing area over the 200 and the 50-day. So that's good. I got this till January. I can ride this bitch for a while. I don't know what my plan was here, though. Oh, that's gone. Well, look at January. I don't know where I was looking to get to. Maybe back to 101? I don't remember. But rocketing this morning, look at that volume. That's pretty heavy volume. Short the birds, go long on sleep. I agree with that. Wholeheartedly. I went a little short on sleep last night, unfortunately. So it looks like it's just payments and internet and some oil, at least on my list here. Okay, let's go to that's a buyout looking chart. It's not quite a buyout looking chart. Choppy but good. Infosys. Huh. NASDAQ 0.32. NASDAQ, good stuff, man. Hard to argue with the one of the leading indices having good days. No major sell-offs at all. They're fine. They're just biding their time. NIO on the list of movers today, 4%. AC cold this morning. There we go. Stitch Fix. So fun. Not so fun. NIO. Casa. Yeah. Hertz. The choppiest chart pattern of the year goes to Hertz. There's Grub. Grub's not looking bad. Grub actually... We had Grub back here a while back. That cat is loud. You guys can hear that? So that cat snuggles up to you, then just scratches the crap out of you. At least bugs the crap out of you. Yeah, nice moves here. Stuck between the 50-day and the 200-day moving averages. Actually not too bad. A nice breakout of this little consolidation would be pretty nice. Have it right here about the 79, maybe 78.50 area. Something like that. Yeah, they don't. He's got 2 closed doors. My kid's sleeping in the other room, and I'm in here, so he's locked out of both rooms he wants to be in. And all the cats are in the other room because they don't jump on my kid. Manitowoc. 20 ceiling for that one. We'll get to Amazon up here, I'm sure. Just going to go through these. Dude, market's in a good spot. That looks really good. Car looks pretty good. My cat is from hell. He's not from hell. He just needs some... I don't know. It's almost like if you stop him from doing the bad stuff, he almost wouldn't be the same cat. He's a great cat. Markets are in a good spot. He found something to play with. Norfolk Southern looking really nice. And where's my mouse? There it is. Let me plug it in. Well, Rob approves. All right, guys, I'm going to stop the stream here, and I'm just going to go watch that cat show. Or, as things tend to do these days, you can watch me watch the cat show. But I like this double bottom base here in Norfolk Southern, 176. There's your breakout points, rallied basically about 20%, forming another base here. Norfolk Southern is a railroad, if you guys don't know. 11% to a spike, only 10% down to the body, and it looks like it may be trying to get up towards an early breakout point. That's actually not bad at all. How's volume this morning? This is pre-hours? That's a lot of volume, pre-hours. That sounds weird, pre-hours. Pretty good volume in the morning, I guess. Let's look at it compared to yesterday. Oh yeah, pretty good. Pretty good volume the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Not looking bad. Square 3% now. Bam. About time, Square. Waiting for you for a long time. But this chart, not bad. Hopefully we don't end up with a day like this, where we top out here in reverse. Fully possible. Our macro opportunities these days are basically China in terms of events. I don't know what else is coming up. We heard from the Fed yesterday. Market didn't disprove. All right, actionable list for Norfolk Southern. Norfolk. There we go. That's getting pretty close. Also, earnings coming up. 724. And there's Square. Great morning. Boom. There you go. Great. That's good follow through. That's some pretty good follow through on Square. I didn't quite get to Amazon. Let's check out Amazon. Apple's on the bottom of the list there. 0.5%. Looks like it pulled back a little bit. Nvidia, still lagging. Nvidia's still a laggard. Coming up to the 200-day moving average for the first time since it broke it, though, so that's interesting. That could maybe be a little reversal. A few pocket pivots here. One yesterday. So it broke that little trend line right there. So there's your 50-day moving average. Actually, yeah, it's looking better today than it was even last week. So it had a kind of a reversal day at the 200-day moving average. And it looks like it's getting through it. 172.56 is the 200-day. So we're looking up here, which is a little bit higher. Yeah, it's definitely still lagging, but I guess it could come back. It's just down a lot from the highs. I'm not sure what the play would be here. 42% from the highs. That's pretty significant. 50-day over the 200-day. Or 50-day under the 200-day. I guess it's just not a typical chart pattern, but I see what you're saying. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's not too bad. How far are you from that 50-day? The problem here, which is difficult in these turnaround plays, which is why it's hard for me, is your 50-day. Well, you're pretty close to the 57.5%. It looks good today. Yesterday was a really nice pocket pivot. Pretty heavy all day today. Oh, you meant to buy Uber about Lyft? Yeah, that sucks. You're okay. Yeah, I'd give this like a C plus in terms of setup. I mean, I do like the volume signature is way better than a C plus. That's like a B plus, A minus. I like the volume signature. Above the 50 days really good. So we broke it here. Kind of weakish, normalish volume. Yeah, not bad. Let's go take a look at Uber and Lyft. Tesla's up 2%. Uber and Lyft. Yeah, I'm still not liking the way either of those charts are looking. Lyft's is, you see the trend line I have drawn there on the daily is pretty saggy. Lyft's pretty saggy under that trend line. And then Uber's pretty flat right here. I wouldn't really, I don't like sideways chop. I would just avoid it. You got the failed breakout there. And then it does have a higher low here. It didn't undercut this low, so that's good. But, I mean, we have lots of stocks to choose from. Try to stay with the strongest ones. Uber's not one of the strongest ones. It's a decent IPO. I think Beyond had a lot of potential yesterday. Let's see what it's doing right now. I think Beyond it looks a lot better now than it really has. It's hard to jump in front of an IPO in front of earnings like that. But even after that was pretty choppy. Gapped up, gapped way back down. That would have been a destroyer of worlds right there. That's a 20%, 29% drop, 20% drop right there to the middle of the next day. And then kind of have another drop down here at 200. Getting over these highs is good if it can. I think Beyond's looking a little better than Uber, but technically your buy point's way up at 200 from a technical perspective. Yeah, my only gripe with Nvidia, and it's a pretty big gripe actually, is the fact that it's down 40% from its highs. The institutions just haven't been on top of it. All right, so Square here with some distribution finally. And what's pretty big range, opening range here for a square. Look at that volume. It's quite a bit of volume. Yeah. It's doing good though. Casa grab goose. Dude, Riot, I'm so pissed at Riot. I was up like 170%. Now I'm down 21%. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just going to let it die. It's worth $88 according to my thing here, so whatever. Yeah, stupid. It's just stupid. I don't know what could turn this thing around. Yeah, I mean, it was working with BTC. Even over here was doing okay, and then it just kind of stalled out. Was moving here a little bit, got moving there, and then they announced a second. I think it was a secondary offering um, back here in April, and that just murdered this stock. $2. This thing's gonna die. April. They had secondary. What's SMTH? I know that's an internet lingo thing. I'm just not up on what it is. Take a look at the losers today. See if there's any bargains to be had that they look halfway decent. Illumina still down 15%. Oh, just something. Okay. VFF, man. All right, let's just go ahead and remove everything here. Gets down to pennies. Shh, I don't know. The way that stock's behaving, you don't touch that with a 50-foot pole. I wouldn't touch it with Eli's money. CGC, look at that thing, man. Just dead. Damn it. All the MJ stocks are down here. MMNFF, CGC. This guy, ACB, MJ's at down 241 today. Eli Lilly, see ya. Remember all that volume we had? Remember this? Let's see, jumped around there. Remember Eli Lilly with the craziest volume of all time? Like literally, that's the craziest volume spike and it continued for weeks. I mean, I made money on it finally, but I still have no idea why it happened. Then you end up with this rising wedge, and it breaks it, and now look at it. It's kind of going back into lows. Tilray up here, Cron up here, under the dead stock, thing. 5 under the 50-day, not very good. Hexo under the 50-day. Jazz right at the 50-day. Don't know if I want to jump in front of that thing. MJ down 2.37%. Talk about dying on the vine. A Biomed. Still like this one. MongoDB still above the 50-day. It's been getting support. It's going to test it again. Down so low you can't even tell. There you go. Our buddy Solo. Yeah, Solo, huh? $283. A little pop up the other day. Huh. We've seen worse charts. Netflix down. Oh, look at that. Definitely failing up there at that top. What's Tesla doing here? Not going much lower. Broke that 50 day. That's good. I'm not sure why they're tanking. I think just a lot of the hype out of it. All right, let's get back down here. Man, EEFT. GPN, what is that? Oh, global payments? Wow. That's crazy too. Adobe. Little choppy, was looking good. We had the breakout. And a retrace to the 200-day. That's scary. There's our buddy Kiwi. STZ. Haven't seen this guy in a while. Nice little setup here. Kind of holding pretty nice above that. A little bit of a flag setup. Not near as nice as this one, but still pretty good. A test of this trend line here is probably warranted. Not too much stuff here. There we go. A little more chart. Yeah, I'm not too mad at this one. Gap on earnings. I like the consolidation. Look at the volume. It's pretty weak, which is good, meaning not a lot of selling pressure. And a break of that trend line, consolidating. So, yeah, right about the 200 mark. Could have a nice little run up to about 213. Where's STZ? Put that back on the actionable list. And where are you going to get to? Maybe right up here to that 211 level that I had marked earlier. Oh yeah, that's not bad at all. Guys, hold on a few minutes. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. SQ backing off a little bit, market backing off a little bit. Yeah, if you look at a lot of the cannabis plays, a lot of them are still pretty overvalued from a few perspectives, actually. Amazon still within buy range of its breakout, which was right here. Get rid of that one. We can get rid of that one. Maybe get it. Maybe on a continued pullback, or and we'll see what happens with Amazon. Is set up with a beautiful base though. Should continue in time. What else? What else we got? Actionable list, SQ leading the charge. Carvana close second. INSG looking good. Been consolidating since the beginning of the year, basically. And that's not bad. On INSG. Snap selling off right at that trend line. Look at that. Boom. Disney holding up your highs. The market's waiting for a catalyst, and this thing's just going to explode. Just going to explode. You probably see 5% from NASDAQ in a week or two. Oops, didn't mean to hold it. iRobot. I never got into iRobot. Last time we checked, it was still chilling down there. Yeah. I mean, it was looking pretty good, and it just kept stalling out. That's a good one later in the day. I missed that one. Oh, that's midday. Yeah, and then it came right back down. This one may gap up on earnings. We have earnings coming up, so maybe that'll be a catalyst for something. But had a few opportunities. It just hasn't sustained a bounce. Not even above the 50-day. We had a couple of wicks, but no closes above the 50-day. Yeah, luckily I didn't get involved. It's not dead though. It's not dead though either. I mean, if you look at this prior action over here, this bounced off the low and held up for a little bit of while above the 200-day moving average. Yeah, that's about it though. It's just, yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes things don't work out. The square right back there at 82. Leader for the day. Fun go down back towards fun levels. Pun intended. You have a support line right there. It goes back a little bit further. But you can see right there being supported. And that in time could bring about another little curl up. Test the 25 level. 26 level. We'll see. IIPR down 10%. Get out of the way. Wow. Look at the volume already. We're only an hour into the trading day. 50 minutes. You already have 1 million shares traded where your average is 450,000. Step out of the way on that one. I thought it was going to break out the way it was going. I'm like, oh, this thing could actually move again. And then with a big gap down. I think overnight there was something. Oh yeah, they had a secondary. Hi, Copper. Well, quit clawing me and jumping on my keyboard. New America stock is in the buy range according to IBD. Always sending me fun articles. ZS. I'm guessing that's their buy point was 80 something. I am a subscriber. Your cat's over here, Eli. What are you talking about? Zscaler has a competitive moat that we view as very defensible despite the constant noise as well as skeptics around the name. Wow. Hey, man. It is what it is. You like get used to it. So ZS here with a couple of IBD saying some good stuff. It says Zscaler stock is currently in a buy zone range of 82.35 to 86.47. It recently pierced the 82.35 buy point when it came out of a 3-week tight pattern. The pattern recently formed while the stock was in the middle of a rare ascending base, a potentially lucrative signal. That's interesting. Revenue jumped 61% from the prior year. It's the 15th straight quarter of double-digit revenue growth. Zscaler has been profitable for 3 straight quarters, ending a long string of losses. you familiar with Zscaler, Eli? So Zscaler is number 6 out of this industry group. Trump occupies China. You know. So CYBR is number 1 in this space, at least in the sector. ZIXI is number 2. I don't know anything about that one. This has an X. Well, I guess when this starts with a Z, never mind. You won't know about that one either. Qualys. Wow, that's an interesting. Look at this thing on the weekly chart. Daily, it kind of looks choppy, but look at it on the weekly. Very clear. I mean, this breakout of 100 should be massive. Look at that base. Stopped right at $100. They're like, okay. We're just going to wait here. Wow, look at that. 32%. So this could all be considered one massive cup, and here's your handle. And then all the price actions in the middle of this handle. So I like this. This is why you do so much hunting, to find something that you actually like. Wow. See, this thing broke out from this base here in May and didn't really get moving until August. That would have been hard to hold on to. All right, this is going on the actionable list. Sold. So what are they saying about Qualys here? 98 composite rating, 80 relative strength rating, is lagging the market right now. Here's an article about 4 days ago. 7-8. Is Qualys about to break out? Leaders in the fastest growing cloud-based computer security market. Enviable track record of solid earnings growth. Yeah, just beautiful sideways right there. Their weekly chart looks like this. Looks just like that. So there's your 200-day moving average, and there's your 50-day moving average. Some revenue growth concerns on this one. Not too bad. I like this Qualys. Looks good. Square right back up in the top there. Yeah, let's hope we don't dump out of this. That would, if we could just flounder about here for a bit, that would be great. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Unless you guys have any more questions or any questions. I'm going to go take a nap. Nothing. All right, Eli. I'll see you guys. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.